Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about binge eating. That is something that I struggle with. I wouldn't go as far to say that I have binge eating disorder, but I also wouldn't say that I don't. I haven't really looked into it that much, and I wouldn't want to offend people that do have that or have been diagnosed as that. But I will say that I definitely have a problem with overeating. I know I've mentioned it before in situations where there's like one piece pizza, I'll eat the one piece pizza and be fine, but if there's more than that available to me, I will eat as much as I can until I get sick. So I kind of want to talk about like why I think that is and sort of like how I deal with that. I'm one of those people where I can't have things in my house or I will eat it. Like, for example, I really like Sour Patch Kids. If I go and buy Sour Patch Kids, I will like eat them until they're gone. So, for example, if I buy like 2 bags, I will have some out of one, and then I'll like put it away. And then the next day I'll be like, why did I buy Sour Patch Kids? Like, I know that I shouldn't be eating those. So I'll eat 1.5 bags to get rid of them, so it's like not in my house anymore. And I go through cycles of this. Like, I do this semi-regularly, so it's like, obviously, you know, I have moments of like, what the fuck did I do that for? And then other moments of like, I really need to eat Sour Patch Kids right now. And I'm also this way, like, it's mostly sweets that I'm this way with, but like I said, like if I do order like a whole pizza, I will like eat a ton to the point where like I actually throw up because my body cannot like handle that amount of food. And like I'll feel like fucking shit. Like I'll get heartburn and I won't be able to sleep because I'm so full. Like, and I know prior to eating it that these things are going to happen and I still cannot stop myself. So like, for example, when I was in New York, back in May, the person I was hanging out with, like every time we went out to eat, I literally ate like half my food and he ate the rest, like the rest of mine. And I didn't get sick and I felt totally fine. And normally that's like my biggest challenge is like going out to eat. Like I can pretty much control stuff, you know, like at my house or like when I pack stuff up like for work or whatever, because you only have like a set amount of stuff. It's usually when I go out, and that's mostly because the portions are much bigger. So I was really worried that like when I was on vacation in New York that I was going to gain all this weight. But it ended up working out really well because I didn't overeat and I had someone there to like eat the rest of my food. So I realized like, oh, maybe that is like a really good like diet plan, is have someone eat half of your food all the time. And I know people say like, oh, well just get half of it to go, like initially. I can't fucking do that. Stuff does not taste as good the next day, and I almost just want to be like, just bring me half of whatever it is you were going to bring me. But I also can't do that because then there's like a weird financial aspect to it where it's like I'm just throwing money in the trash can. If I'm honest with you, like I haven't really found a way to like completely stop doing that. Like I recognize it as an issue and I'm very aware of it, but I still don't not do it sometimes. There's actually someone I follow on Instagram. Her name is It's Mia Motivated, and she made a little like whiteboard because I think she struggles with this as well, although I'm not exactly sure to what extent because we don't talk, but she has a little like whiteboard where she writes like binge free and then like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and like fills it in. And I'm wondering if like maybe having something visual like that would help me, because I don't know if I would say I do it once a week. It might be pretty close to once a week though. I haven't really like sat and thought about it. Like, for example, last night I went and bought ice cream, and like my thought process is, okay, if you just buy the pints and you eat like 1 pint, like yes, that's still like a lot of ice cream, But it's like, okay, it's one single serving. It's not buying a half a gallon and like scooping out loads, right? But then I ate 1 pint and like 6 hours later, I went and got another and started like eating a second one. I wasn't hungry. It's not even necessarily that I was bored. I was just like, tastes good. So like, I want it in my mouth. And then I felt like shit. And like, and it's like, I don't need those calories. Like, they were all calories I wasn't planning on. I did plan on 1 pint. I didn't plan on anything more than that. I think I'm like I think I'm on the road to figuring out fixing it. I did actually last night, as I was, going at this second pint of ice cream, Google like Overeaters Anonymous and like look into that. Obviously, it doesn't need to be anonymous because like I don't care. But I thought like, oh, maybe it would be cool to like see how other people deal with this. But I realized like there's kind of a big like religious aspect tied to that, and that's definitely not, like, I'm not religious at all. Like, I have burning Bibles tattooed on my arm, so I was like, okay, well maybe that's not like the route for me. But yeah, I mean, I am I'm very self-aware in that I know that I do it and I know that it's a problem. And I think it really just takes like a substantial amount of time to work towards moving away from those habits. Like, I've been losing weight for, I think I'm on month 29 right now. And when you kind of overeat for 30 years of your life, 29 months doesn't seem like a whole lot of time to like resolve all the bad habits that you had. So, I try to limit the amount of like bad things that I know I really love in my house, so that because part of my thing is like I'm too lazy to like put on pants to like go buy ice cream. So if it's not in my house and I like get that feeling, then I'm not gonna eat it. But so I mean, that's kind of like a way that I deal with it, is just like not to have it around. And I think maybe even by just making this video and like letting you guys in on that, and hopefully leave me some comments like if you deal with this or know someone that deals with this, like how, like what are some ways that they manage it. And I will say it's not an everyday thing, and it's not with everything, but it is something that I'm aware of and something that I definitely want to happen less and less and less over time. I just, other than like talking to myself, being like, are you sure you really want to do this? Like, you worked really hard this week, like working out. Like, are you sure you want to eat an extra 1,240 calories, right now? And truthfully, sometimes the answer is yes. Like, I don't care. But more times than not, I regret it. And it's not that I regret it like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna gain weight. I mostly regret it because it makes me physically feel like shit. Like, I'm not mentally like, oh, I feel so guilty and I shouldn't have done that. It's more like I actually get sick. And, I don't know why I do that to myself, because it feels horrible. And maybe that's what I really need to keep telling myself. Or maybe I need to like, I don't know. Like, I have this note in my iPhone that says something, actually, let me read it to you. So it says, note to self, and it says, places to not eat at ever again because you will regret it and your insides will revolt, and it doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. or you are starving, don't fucking do it. And on this list, it says McDonald's and Chipotle. So, which like, every time I eat there, I get fucking sick. So maybe I need to like put a note in my phone that's like, the next time you want to eat, a pint of ice cream or 2 pints of ice cream or whatever, like, just know that you're gonna be like leaning over the toilet, or you're gonna be like hunched up in bed like this because your stomach hurts so fucking bad. So like, don't fucking do it. Cause it has worked for me. I have not eaten at McDonald's and Chipotle since I added those to the list. So maybe that's something I could try. But if you have any other suggestions or, yeah, like something that's worked for you, definitely like let me know. Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay? See you guys next week.